tapta jivanam kavibhiriritam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam srimadaatatam bhuvi grinhanti ye bhurida janaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, your gospel is like nectar and bliss, showered upon the pain-stricken lives of suffering humanity. It dispels all sins and misdeeds of life. It brings spiritual welfare in life. The spiritual beauty, prosperity and grace spreads through and through one who listens to your holy message. They are the real givers who preach and pronounce the nectar of your message to the suffering humanity. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we find that Sri Ramakrishna, the great spiritual leader of the age, we call incarnation, like Christ and Buddhas. He was speaking about spiritual truths with a devotee. The question came last time. It is, we are reading on page 818 of the Gospel of Ramakrishna, when Ramakrishna is visiting one gentleman, is Nanda. And the question is coming, Sri Ramakrishna says everything in the world is the play of the divine. You think that you are doing something, I am doing something, you do nothing, I do nothing. There is a divine will, this cosmic will, cosmic power. That is dominant, and that is only working in all areas. We are like robots. It is play of mother. Someone is controlling. We are like puppets. There is some puppeteer somewhere putting the string like that, unseen string. You only see the puppets are fighting, puppets are talking, these are all puppets. And this is the divine play going on. But naturally the question came, the Nanda, the gentleman in whose home Ramakrishna came, like Christ used to go different places with his entourage, Mark, Matthew and all these people. So similarly, Ramakrishna goes and along with his devotees also follow him, and that the program is going on in that house. Program is Ramakrishna comes and speaks about God, others listen. So what is the question? Ramakrishna said everything is mother's play. Then question naturally comes, it is mother's play, but it is her sweet will, but it is death to us. No? Someone is frowning at me, I cannot forgive. Why cannot forget? It is mother's play, who are you? No, I am suffering, is it not? Someone misbehaves with me, I am suffering. Then you say, no, it is nothing you, it is all mother playing. It is mother playing, but it is my suffering. Then where is the reconciliation? If mother's play, it is mother's play. Then why I should suffer? You are making a mistake that you are separate from mother, you are a different person. You are also mother's tool. So you have no independence there. So Sri Ramakrishna started that response. He said, Master means Ramakrishna, but who are you? It is the Divine Mother who has become all this. It is only as long as you do not know her that you say, I. Where do you come from? You have no ego. God has given you this ego. And you are thinking, I. What is I? Entire spiritual discussion will be, you can start on that. Who are you? Is it not? Who am I? In Vedantic way, who am I? Am I the flesh? Am I the bone? Am I the eyes? ears, nose, or the mind, or the emotions, or understanding what is I. Find out the I. And if you find the I, try to find out, you'll find this is not I. Your body is not the I, your mind is not the I, your emotions are not I. It comes and goes. If it is I will be there all the time. But you don't stay with your body consciousness all the time. You are sleeping. Where is your body consciousness? You are dreaming. Where is your body consciousness? Even you are watching a movie. Where is your body consciousness? You are not aware of it. But it is some power is behind that. It is the Divine Mother playing. This is a robot. Think it is a robot. Robot has ego. Robot can do, I do so much thing, but robot never have ego. That's a robot does not suffer. Robot only does work and then work. Whatever it does, it breaks. Leg breaks, hand breaks. He does not care. Work. There's no suffering. His children, see, look at that. Babies have no suffering. Suffering in the sense, mental suffering as we all suffer. A baby, something happens, cries out and forgets the next moment. They have no body identity. We tell them, hey, this is your nose. You know? The baby says, no, this is nose. You have to bring their body consciousness. You say, this is called the ear. You have to teach again and again. But they have no body consciousness. Say, Brahmagyani, this realized soul, have no ego. Huh? That's why they are free. They don't suffer. Ramakrishna has throat cancer. No? His cancer, excruciating pain in those days, and it is here. So he can swallow anything. It is coming out almost from here. See the situation. And at that time, he was telling one day, oh, so much suffering here. Then his disciple was Swami Sarvadevananda. He said, no, sir, you are not suffering. Then Ramakrishna said, the rascal has caught me in the right point. That means Turiyananda Hari Maharaj understood that he is not suffering. He is not the body. He has no body consciousness. So when you come to the body consciousness, then you suffer. So why you come to your ego? Why this puny ego? Expand your ego. You are in everywhere. So you need not have to think that someone is making me suffering. No, it is you. Or it is the Divine Mother everywhere. It is her play going on. So think that way. Because you suffer, Ramakrishna coming to the conclusion, very important point philosophically, because you have ego. As long as you have ego, you suffer. Suppose you don't suffer, but you love someone and he is going through suffering. What happens? You feel the suffering, no? Mom feels the suffering for the children, baby. Baby is sick or high temperature. Baby suffers. How much I do not know. Mom suffers more than that. Because mom thinks it is me, my child, that ego. So ego is the question. So long I have ego. We should have ego. But what type of ego? Divine ego. Not this ego which is body, mind, emotion, bundled up ego. We are always that. If I say, who are you? You will say, I am such and such. You say, I am a woman, I am a man. You are designing everything of the physical body. Who are you? You are your mind. Who are you? I am a graduate, I am postdoc, I am this. You are talking about the education, your intellectual level. But you are never talking about who you are. These are all changeable things. So that's why Sri Ramakrishna said, it is only as long as you do not know Mother that you say, I. If you know her, then you say, she is everywhere. Her power is manifesting through every instrument. Wi-Fi line, Wi-Fi connection, no? All the phones, all the computers are working, no? Computer is working. Google is bringing in, Google engine is working. Okay, let the Wi-Fi connection go away. Then find out. You cannot find out anything. But who is working then? Real working? Is a God who is like everywhere. When you connect with that, then you become powerful. If you disconnect, then you are nobody. And when you connect with that and take your pride, I am doing, then you suffer. So it is your choice to identify yourself with the little body mind or to divine. Sri Ramakrishna says that is the problem. All will surely realize God. All be liberated. It may be that some get their meal in the morning, some at noon, some in the evening, but none will go without food. All without any exception will certainly know their real self. See what a truth. Huh? People don't believe in God? Not necessary. I am an atheist. Okay. But do you deny that you are there? You are atheist, you are believer, non-believer. I am dualist, I am non-dualist. I don't like this form, I like the formless. I like the form, I don't like the formless. All talks you are talking about. But actually, it is when the knowing the self, all will achieve that. Someone who is totally away from God, he will also realize it. Because one day a question will come spontaneously in the mind. When you get blows, knocks and blows of the world, when good days come, oh, you are happy. Everything is going on, eating, sleeping, friendship, dancing, and everything, going on. But one day your friend betray you, and frown at you, and then, why? I am a good guy. Why he is doing? Why? This why question comes. And when the why question comes, it is leading you to the truth. Why he is believing with me? Why I am like that? Why I am suffering? All this why opens the door to spiritual life. Everyone will have this quest come. Early days, some from maybe have their good karma. Hindus believe in previous birth. Then from their childhood, some may be at the age of 20, some may be at the age of 50, some may be at the age of 80, some may be before dying. But question will come. Why? Who am I? Why am I? What is my real nature? Why am I suffering? Why am I going through this type of turmoil? Then that question comes and go on probing into the response and reply, then it will come one day to understand. Not me. That whole cosmos is working. How the stars and galaxies, whose will? In the millions and billions of stars and galaxies, whose will? Whose will? Millions and billions and trillions of animals, birds, plants, they are growing, germinating, growing, flowering and drying and dying. What? Whose? Is it without any plan? It's going on without any planner. This house is there is no architect there. No designer is there. No engineer works behind it. It came out of nothing. That's why a question will be solved when people will have the putting this probing question. And ultimately, highest experience will come. It is a divine. One divine power, we call it Brahman in Vedanta, Satchidananda, eternal bliss, eternal consciousness, eternal reality, and devotional God, 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 God personal, God impersonal, God with quality, God without quality, whatever may be the idea. But it ends, it takes us at the end of the quest to this realization. Ramakrishna says, you will understand that. Everyone. But who will, what time? Whose urgency is now? Who is really in this world of duality, staying here, experiencing the suffering and things, feels, oh, why so much suffering in the world? Why this bad thing is going on? Why good people are suffering? Why? Find out the reason to explore. That's the, Ramakrishna says, that it will end in God, God realization. Then another devotee, Pasupati, is saying, true sir, it seems that it is God alone who has become everything. We all hear, God alone has become everything. God has become everything. God is everything. How is become? God has become. This table is God. This table is God. This chandelier there, this is God. It seems that it is God alone. Yes, it is God. God means not a man, but as principle, absolute reality. Like space. Where is not space? Space is here. Space is above. Space is in the deep center of the earth. Space in the galaxies. Go beyond where time limits everything, and beyond time. Go there, there is the same reality. So same space. So God alone who has become everything. Everything you see, it is God. It is like the ocean. Ocean is having ripples and waves, no? Ocean, go and stand on the beach. Is it not the ocean? The one wave, big wave, small wave, rolling foam, bubble, are not all ocean? Everything is ocean. That's why everything you see in name and form, it is all God. God in the sense, not the personal God. It is the impersonal absolute truth. Master, Ramakrishna, Master means Ramakrishna. He says, try to find out what this I, underquote, is. I, the bones, or flesh, or blood, or intestines. Seeking the I, you discover thou. Find out what, if it is yours, you should have full control. Is it not? If you have something you have the control. Your phone is your control. You can keep it here, you can keep it in your room, in your bag, in your car. It is yours. You have full control. Have you control of your body? Can you control everything? So arrest your youth. I will not grow. I will be always young. Who is young? See, look at us. And how much effort is going on in the industry to keep beautiful people beautiful. By what? This chin lift, cheek lift, this, that, cut, do. I will remain my beauty. Keep the beauty. Then it is not yours. If it is yours, you should have been controlled. No. Can you arrest your life's, the strength? If old people become weak. Teeth are falling, ear is becoming ear is necessary here. Can you stop that? So what is yours? That's get analyzed this way. What is yours? This me, this place born me? This place born, what will be changed tomorrow? After 5 years, you say, oh, I added some weight. Your weight was not yours. You ate some food which made the body little fleshy. And then you say, I am. Are you 165 pound or 120 pound? Are you pounds? But we design ourselves. I, and I means this description. My eyes are like this, my eyebrows are like this. These are descriptions. What are you talking about? Is it you? Say, analyze. What is you actually? That Ramakrishna says, that I am the bone or flesh or blood or intestine. Seeking the I, you discover it is not me. It is God. It is God's creation. God has planned this way. You eat some food, how it digests. Do you know? Have you any control? The food you take, you have any control? None. It will not transform into LDL, or it will only go to the HDL. It will not create this creatinine. It will not do. Have you any control? The mechanism has been made by God. Who are you? You say, I. You have no control, worthless. But you think, I. So here it says, it's God. God has done. God has designed this robot, no? What a beautiful robot he has created, you know. Other robots need some another support of energy. Of course, it is also dependent on food. There is a battery, or there is an electrical connection, or there is some remote control, something is there, no? But how this is working? Your machine is working, my machine is working. How it is? And if it does not work, then you go to hospital. And they will fix up all these things. Tightening this, screwing that, cutting this, chopping that. See? So really, if we look at that, we are living in Maya. We live in some misunderstanding. And we think we are very intelligent people. We understand everything. Huh? But this is the fundamental misunderstanding. Who are you? No? That's why our Swami Sarvadevananda gave that lecture. No, what is the lecture? Who am I or what? Who am I? And that has gone like a viral. How much? 4 million or 3 million people. 3 million people have seen that. Who am I? So you can go and check it. After, you can listen to that. If you? Yeah, who are you? Okay. So, is it seeking, you will find thou. In other words, nothing exists inside you but the power of God. We do not know. We are empowered by God. Because of it, its heart is beating, no? One day it stops. Heart is still there. Why it stops? Brain is still there. Why it dies? What was the energy input? What is disconnected? This is the same body now talking. Within a split second it may happen, all disconnect. And this, oh, it is a dead body. Oh, take it to the mortuary. This is the ultimate result of this body, is mortuary. And then putting into the flame or under the ground. So what is your control, tell me? Say, we could have controlled our death, our suffering, our everything. That's why it is said, you are nothing. It is a cosmic will, and that is God's will. Cosmic mind, it is His plan. You plan that you will go from here to your home. Cosmic mind plan, that I will play like this. That's why the play is going on. What are the movies? You see all the movies. There is somebody writes some screenwrites, no? Writers. And then different roles come, and producer comes into the picture, and I want to produce this book, these ideas. Okay, who will be in which role? Then he selects the actors and actresses. Producer's mind is the key point here, is all organizing one person. And then he said, you play on this role, you are fit in, you play, you are unfit, you are fit, like that. And then what happened? A drama starts. And when you play in the role, you lose yourself. We are Satchidananda, we are all pure soul. But we forget our role, our real nature. Then I get entangled into the role. You are in the role of a holy man. So you will be a yogi, you will be meditating like that, and you will be, Bhasma will be here, and the people will come to you serene. You have to play like that. Being a yogi, if you start jumping and dancing, then it is not yogi's role. Suppose in the role you have to be a very a rude person. And if you go and like a holy man, please do that, then you will be discarded, that you are not fit for this role. So you have to act act in the role as it is written by the book or the producer wants you to. That's a cut, it's not happening. Do it again. Come it again. You should be angry. Yeah, it is not real anger. You could not show that. Show that anger. You see, it's all we are playing in our own roles, designed by the cosmic producer God, and we are all thinking, I am doing. You don't do anything. You are only in the hand of the mastermind. That's why say God. So long you are in the duality, so long your mind is functioning, you are under this role, and that role has been designed by the Lord. And think it is Lord's play going on. Say it will be all the time happy. I am only playing in the role, but I am not this. I am as a man, I am as a woman, but I am the Atman. I am neither man nor woman. That's the Vedanta. So Ramakrishna is teaching Vedanta here. Seeking I, you discover thou. In other words, nothing exists inside you but the power of God. I think it is my power. I thought this way. It's my understanding. And what is your understanding? Your understanding is all gone. Big scientists, top world-renowned philosophers, ultimately they lose their memory. Alzheimer's disease comes. No? And you don't find any intelligence manifested through them. So whose power is then? It is your power, then you could have regained it and retained it. So, then Sri Ramakrishna said, you have so much wealth, but you have no egotism. He is talking to a person in the group that you have no ego. Because ego comes so many things. I am educated, that pride of education. I am a rich guy, that I am a powerful man in the society. I am a big politician. I am a big wrestler. I am a big... in life's different field, people become egotistic because of their... but those who are having that power, but not egotistic, they feel God's grace more. That's why Ramakrishna appreciating. You have so much wealth, but you have no ego. It is not possible to rid oneself altogether of the ego. So as long as it is there, let the rascal remain as the servant ego. The ego will not go. Better you say, oh Lord, you are the master, I am your servant. You guide me, you hold my hand, you take me, I am your child. That is the surrender. Take refuge in God. And He is the guiding force in you, and me, and in everyone. Without that one we cannot breathe a second. It is the control of the divine. So long you are in the duality level, you are in control. So when you are beyond, that is a different thing. You go beyond mind, that's a different thing. So long you are in the realm of mind, you are thinking being, you are an intelligent person, you are a less intelligent, more intelligent, you are under the realm of the divine power. And think that you are nothing, it is that divine power is the guiding force. But our ego stands in the way, that's why we suffer. The car is my common example I give. When two cars get into accident, then what police comes and or police officer then investigates. Who is in fault? They go and punish the car or take away, give a good fine to the car, or the car who is driving. Driver gets the ticket, no? So if it is here, it is if you can think that I am not the boss, then I will not be ticketed. The ticket will go to God. Any good comes, that will go to God. Any bad comes, it will go to God. So I am free. Doing every action. Actually, two cars accidentally, the car hit another car. No? Someone is in fault. But when the punishment comes, no car is punished. the driver of the car, who thinks it is my car, I was driving, I was right, and he is wrong. No? So long I is there, police goes straight and asks give you your driver's license. And they also give you a driver's license. No? So that is the point. If in this car, this is driving, the car somebody is driving. In our Upanishad, this idea is given. Atmanam rachinam viddhi shariram rathamevatu buddhintu sarathing viddhi manaha pragrahamevacha. See, good idea. In early days example, that is chariot. And the chariot goes, horse-driven chariot. So horses will be in the front, they drive, no? And there will be rain. The rain will come in the hand of whom? The chariot, no, driver. And this chariot is the body in the cage. And the driver is also sitting there. And behind the driver, Uber car. So in the Uber, you get in and you tell, I want to go to Santa Barbara. I want to go to Santa Monica. No? Huh? So driver is driving, but the boss is sitting at the backside. He only said, I'll go. He's the boss there. No? So God is boss there, sitting. Atma. Atma is self. Satchidananda. Atmanam rachinam viddhi. In this body is a chariot or a car. Present day example is a car. ठीक है. That the Atman is the car, sitting in the car. Because he sits and identifies, that's why he's called Jivatma. But it is the Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Atma is the Rathi who is sitting inside. And Sariram, this body, is the chariot. And Buddhi is the driver who is driving. And then Sariram Rathamevatu. Buddhintu Sarathing Viddhi. Manaha, the reins which connect with the horses. All the horses are connected with reins, no? They are called the reins. They are the mind is the rein. Mind is connected with all the senses. This eye, you can restrain it, pull this side, no, I will not see, or I will see, no? So it is restrained by the buddhi, or intellect. So in the hand of intellect, the driver, this mind is connected, and mind is connected with the senses. That's why the senses are guiding us to move in the path of the world. This world is the path. So Atmanam, mainly this Atman who is residing in this soul, he is sitting here. He is the Lord. He is the guide, no? So long Atmendriya Manojuktam Bhokta iti ahu manishino. This Atman, pure, sitting in the body and connected with this body, mind, emotion, etc., he is called the Bhokta. He is the enjoyer. I ate good food. There is the Jivatma talking about. Atman, pure Atman, associated with this, they said, that's called the Jivatma. Anyhow, technical, all these things. Main point is that it is God who is seated in the heart. That's why simply we say, the Lord is seated in the heart and He is guiding. Pray to Him. He will listen to your inner calling, etc., etc. That means how to understand, I am not the boss, God is the boss, and God is seated in my heart, and He is guiding me. That's why Brahmin boys pray, Dhiyo yona prachodayat. Oh God, please guide our intellect towards you, towards the path of light, not in the path of darkness. So, but the ego makes a man attached. The ego that makes a man feel he is a devotee of God, or a son of God, or a servant of God, is good. This ego is good. If I say I am a child of God, I am a servant of God. And the other God, but the ego that makes a man attached to lust and gold, that is called the unripe ego. Unripe ego means ego is not matured. Immature ego, which we have. Immature ego will say it is makes us attached to the evanescent thing of the world, which is not permanent. I love that, and as soon as I get it, within few days it goes away. You being a beautiful bouquet of flowers, not bloomed yet, no? Beautiful rose, very costly. It's very good, very good, very good. Huh? And keep it in your vase, even with water and things, and watch. After how many days? 5 days, 6 days, 7 days? What happens? After 10 days, will you be able to keep that? Throw away. So that is the point which attaches us to the objects of the world, objects of the senses, but it does not give us joy permanent. Momentarily it appears to the senses it is good, I say good. But it dries up, then I throw away. I don't like it. Why don't, if you like the rose, you have brought it, so beautiful rose, so you will love it and keep it all the time in your room. Why you throw away after some days? Because that is the point. It is attaching us to world and worldliness, which is not permanent. When it goes to the permanent, that is God, then it's good. That's a good ego. That is a bad ego. Bad ego is all in the world. Bad ego is our all haughtiness, pride, meanness, unkindness. These are unripe ego.
But you might think like that I'm a servant of God, but a better servant of God than you.
That is at least better than that. Here always to compare. If you compare true, that's also bad. I'm a greater devotee than you. That's also pride, no? That's also ego. Yes, true, that's ego. But it is much better than that, which takes us to attachment. And I go down that side. It also is making me go down, but it is a little, 1 grade up, 2 grades up. So everywhere there is a risk of losing things. So the head of the household and the others were very much pleased to hear this interpretation of ego. So, you have questions or I shall continue? Okay, so let me finish our reading here because we have so many friends today. They may have some questions. Jai Ma. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, okay. Now, the question, yes.
When you choose to become a servant of God, how do you forgive others who choose not to be a servant of God?
You know, spiritual life is all for your own self. The question is that if you think that I am the servant of God, then how can you forgive others, other person who does not believe in that philosophy? That's the point, no? So point is that spiritual life, we should be very clear. Spiritual life is your own development and own attaining the truth. World will go on like that. Rama came, Krishna came, Christ came, all the mystics, they came, they have their own illumination, but world is going on with that rudeness, unkindness, all this cheating, all these things are going on. So, first you pay attention. I am becoming spiritual. It is for my spiritual growth. And I will forgive. Meaning, I know it is for my knowledge. He has done this wrong thing, but I have the power. It is a power. Forgiveness is a power. I could do harm to you, but I won't do, rather I forgive you. That comes out of your self-control, self-mastery, and dependence on some higher power. So you be good for your sake, not for the others. Without, we always think, whatever I am doing, what the other person should behave. I have no control over the other person. Look at our own life. I have my control over, I don't want to do certain things. But I do it anyway. Do I forgive myself? We do. Doing wrong thing, which I should not do, and I did it, and when it comes to my notice in a calm moment, what do? I take a stick and beat on my head? Or punish myself, flagellating like that?
Yes, it feels like that.
Huh?
Feels like I do that, yes.
No, that should not be. Normally we should have to do this way. We understand, then take a resolution that yes, I understood, but I inadvertently, I was not careful, I did that mistake. I am not going to do it. So I forgive myself. Every day I am forgiving myself. Why not I can forgive the other? From morning till now, you see how many places I have forgiven myself. I have been fallen from my ideal. My vows, my ethics, my values, I have dropped from that. Did I not forgive myself? Yes. So why not? I forgive others. And moreover, if it is God is everywhere, by forgiving the other person, you become great. Tit for tat, there is no greatness in that. Someone says something to you and you retort with equal. That's a like animalistic world does that. You give a bite, I give a bite. Huh? But when you can control and you remain calm, your character is so much. Why we adore Christ? Christ is blessing them who is at the cross. Oh Lord, bless them, forgive them. See what? Oh Lord, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing. And He is compassionate for them. He is praying for them. He is not saying, I am forgiving you. You see, I am forgiving, there is ego. Again, we are talking about that. I am somebody greater than you, I am forgiving you. Who am I to forgive you? I must have to forgive myself first. So we do that forgiveness. So the point is that we have to understand that by forgiving someone, our character becomes nobler and nobler. Higher character, we generate higher character, higher control over ourselves, higher values of life, our ethics of life comes in life. No? So this, by doing, Swami Vivekananda says, even by doing anything good to others, you get the benefit. Don't think you give $5 to a homeless person, no? You think you are giving good charity. Swami Vivekananda said, you are being blessed that you got the opportunity to expand your heart. If you have, we are not having scope, no? But you have the heart. So, by doing anything for anyone, you feel you are blessed. God has given you the opportunity and you have some means and you have done it. And that will elevate your life. Your spiritual life will be growing more and more and more. Who you like in the world? A charitable person? Or a person who hoards money, squeezes the money from others, and child labor and all this exploitation and makes money? Or versus a person who is just charitable and serving and giving for others? That needs character. So whatever we do, that is for our own benefit. Take it in your personal life this way, that I am doing it for my spiritual growth, for my inner peace. I will be understanding, oh, I am at peace. I have no enmity with others. Even someone feels that I am his enemy, but I am in my mind it is nothing there. So I am free. We are bound in our mind only. Most of our suffering is in the mind level. Some goes in the physical level. The solution is physical. You have no home, so you have to find a home. You have no place to stay, go where you can find a stay. You are hungry, try to go to a place where you will get food. This is the physical level. Mental level, you have food, you have your house, you are where, but you are suffering so many points because he said that, she said that, he did that, why he looked at me like that. All, you are suffering because of that. That means you are becoming a slave of the world. Someone will look at you like this and you say, how could she do that? And you start crying. So where is your freedom? You have given that freedom to any idiot who can look at you like this and smile like that. He loves me so much. So you have become a slave of the outside. Don't be a slave of outside. Be bold and depend on yourself. That does not mean that anyone is lovingly, really behaving something, we will reject that. That's not the point. Point is that we need not be a slave of the environment, but we are all slaves. You know, domestic violence and other things, we hear so many things. After doing domestic violence and beating and doing something, next day the guy will say, sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. And the lady gets, okay, wow, he loves me so much. or she loves me something. So, and then you get into the same trap. And then again he beats another day. Oh, sorry. So 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. That is, we are slaves. Why we are slaves? Because we want that he can give me joy. Yes, but God is only here. He can give me joy. We should have respectful relationship with everyone. That is the point. See God in others. Relationship becomes spiritual when everyone looks in the same level. I am superior, you are inferior. There comes a clash. So, by forgiving someone, you gain more than the person who is forgiven. And Vedanta teaches us, don't be slave of outside. Rather be master of yourself. You have sufficient thing within your capability that you can keep your sanity and your joy. But you need not have to be a slave or a doormat for somebody.
Swami, I'm really feeling, and I've heard that attachment to our friends, family, our stuff is the hardest thing for our realization.
Yeah.
Attachment is the hardest thing.
Judgment. Attachment. So, yeah, but attachment is true. Attachment, we suffer because of our attachment. But why do we get attached? Come to the point. Why we get attached? Because we think by attaching to this I will be happy. The key point is that we are all searching for happiness and joy. But we do not know, nothing can give us happiness and joy permanent. It can give temporary joy. I get a good cookies and I put it in my tongue. It's so good. But how long good? Tongue to here. Boom. All taste is gone. How good ice cream? How good this? People go for big restaurants and how much they spend per plate? 100, 200, 250. What is the food taste? Tip of the tongue and down here. Do anyone think that way? And for that people are running. Even they fly to this country, to that country. There is a good restaurant. They have money. They do not know what to do. So much money, what to do. Here so many people are not getting food, but they have enough money to go by plane to have a restaurant in Rome or in France. And they go on. You see, in the airlines I see when I travel, oh my God, this whole list of best restaurants here and what cuisine and this and that. So we are all slaves of things outside. But run for joy. There is joy. Oi, like that. Little joy and darkness. You know, one day's joy is the suffering for the next day. If you get a good meal, very great, and you enjoyed that. And tomorrow is a dull meal. Not at all attractive, not at all eatable. No? Then the next day, not at all eatable means in comparison to what you ate the yesterday. But this is good food. But you don't find joy there because you compare with this. So the attachment to anything, compare it, when you compare, then we suffer all the time. One day you have a good meditation. Second day, you have not. But you think of yesterday's meditation, your mind will be lifted. That is the difference between spiritual joy and worldly joy. Worldly joy brings you to depression, frustration. Yesterday was a good joy. Last month was a good time. This time is so bad time. Every time is the same time. Why you will be affected by the time? So this is called freedom. That's why Vedanta teaches spiritual life is freedom. And detachment is the main key of it. Wherever we are attached, we are bound. Who has kept us in bondage, excepting our attachment? But we get attached because we think that attachment will bring me joy. And we have tested it. Thousands, millions and millions of people, thousands and thousands of years, billions of people, they have tested to find joy in this type of attachment. But they all come into conclusion that there is no joy in attachment. Joy is detachment, love to the extreme, but no expectation. Can you do that? That is the pure love. You love to the extreme, but don't expect anything. I don't care for anything. I don't expect anything. Then you become the king or queen. You don't expect, so your peace cannot be taken away. But I give you 10 penny and think, oh, he should give at least 1 penny back. Even expecting 1 penny. That will create trouble and suffering and pain and agonies and weeping and sobbing. But if I say, no, I don't care for anything, I don't expect anything. Because I love for love's sake. And whom I love? Love God in you. That's the highest idea. So freedom, freedom, freedom. Find the way of freedom. Forgiveness is freedom. You are freeing yourself, not the other guy. Forget about the other guy, what he is doing. If you don't do, then you suffer. You repent. Why, what, this, that, continuously. Okay, another question.
Why does God is omniscient and God is everything? Why does God become attached to the body mind and God is separate?
That is your attachment. No, that is not attachment, but it is free will, wish. Suppose I give you example. People are working very hard whole week in the office, no? And now weekend has come. Weekend given to me, if I work whole week, I will go to the bed and relax and sleep and then eat well, sleep well and relax, no? But in this country, people will make a plan. This weekend is coming, I have no work. So I will take a car and go. Go where? To anywhere. To go to San Francisco, go to this place, and nothing to go to the beach. Or go to skiing in the, say, Lake Tahoe. And cross-country skiing. And doing cross-country, and he fell down and broke the arm. My question is that why do you drive on a weekend 500 miles, 300 miles? It's trouble of driving. Why do you do that? Fun. You could have slept at your home. Watched many beautiful skiing online. So, but it is all fun. We do that. We ourselves do that. and going there, breaking their arm or fall down and with a very cold on the ice, no? But we do it for fun. That's also God's fun. It is, again, that question. It is fun if you know that. You know, I give this.
How could God possibly forget what it is?
No, it is fun. Fun time, he accepted that plan. That plan itself is accepted. Because he in the absolute sense does not do anything. But when he comes one step down with the Maya, with his own will, that's the Maya, is the cosmic will. And then he says, I will be many. Eko aham, I was absolutely one and alone. I wish to be many. Why people go to see their face in the front of the mirror? Tell me. Some people have 4, 5, 6 mirrors. So when they go, they say there's six pictures. Why? You are the only person. Why are you trying to see? Someone is concave, someone is convex. What is the charm in it? You like it to see. It's just a desire, just a fun. So similarly, it is God's fun. That's why the question came today. It is all wish. Why? We cannot put that question. Suppose I tell you, Swami Vivekananda gave the response. Suppose in your bed you went to go to bed, and in night time you see suddenly that you are in a dream, you found that you are in a forest. And a tiger. And the tiger is chasing you. And you are running, almost has got caught you, and you wake up. If I ask that question, where the tiger came from? Where the tiger and why are you gasping for breath? When it happened? How it happened? This is called this question cannot be solved unless you get awakened. When you wake up in the bed, then you say, oh, I was sleeping and I had a dream. In the dream, these things came, and now I am wake up from the dream. Where is the dream? These are all false. There is nothing. These are all Maya. That fear. The person who is running in the dream, he was fearful. He was restless. And he was thinking, my God, I am going to die. No? And his heart was pumping, pounding. But when he woke up, they said, oh, I am perfectly in my bed. Nothing has happened. No tiger came, ever. So it is in ignorance it happens. And at that ignorance, we are bound by ignorance, and God creates his ignorance intentionally. Like the person who is the jail superintendent, he also, when he is inside the jail, he is locked, no? And the person who is getting punishment, he is also in the jail. But one had the key, he can go any time outside. It is his business. But we are all in the jail, imprisoned by our ignorance. So we are crying and weeping all the time. But the power is with you. All of us have the power to get out of this dream by thinking who we are. Today's reading, okay?
Maharaj, if the Leela is endless, the moment I get out of the dream, I'm going to want to come back.
No, that if you want to come back, that will be joyful.
Right. But then I'll forget because...
No, you will not forget. Once you reach that flight, and then when you come back, you see God everywhere. There's a place in Ramakrishna, Christ, Buddhas, they saw God in everywhere. But now I am seeing you as a man. Then I will see you as God, his mother. Ramakrishna will say, Ma Kali is in everywhere.
So Jivan Mukta is finished with the game of being a samsara.
Jivan Mukta, finished.
Go back to that?
Yeah. No, you need not, once you have this freedom, then you never have to go back again. But still you live in the world, you see the duality, but that duality is not like now as I see you as a person. That time you will see the person, principle and the person together. Is the example. You go, when ignorantly you go to ornament shop and you go to purchase some ornament. Your focus goes totally to the ornament design, no? Design of the ornament. But real, genuine person knows it is made of gold plus ornament. He looks at two things together. Most of us look at the ornament only. Most of us see the outer design and character. But spiritual people see made of consciousness. Like a wax museum, example, very good example. In wax museum, you go and see everything made of wax. So it is you can see the actor or actresses. At the same time, wax also. Similarly, Jivan Mukta will see two things together. That's why they are free. That's why they don't suffer. That's why Ramakrishna in the body, but he knows that he is consciousness himself. That awareness never goes away. Once you have that experience that I am that, or the what your vision and experience become this, such conviction will come, you will never forget. You cannot forget that. It is like Gita says that, if someone sees thousands of sun at a time appearing in the sky, the dazzling light, you cannot forget that. The God experience is so intense and deep, it goes into every pore of your body, that experience endless joy. You can never forget that. So that's Jivan Mukti state, means that nothing you are to expect and you are in freedom, all the time freedom. Here is a question, let me finish this. He says that should one renounce the world if one is not born with such preoccupying thoughts from birth itself? Everyone goes through bad experiences in life, but based on that alone, people who renounce the world in a flash judgment, can they successfully navigate through the life of renunciation? This is a question. That means renunciation, should one renounce the world if one is not born with such preoccupying thoughts from birth itself? No. Renunciation, as to understand, not giving up your home, hearth and home, is only renunciation. Renunciation means detachment we are talking about. But renunciation has two aspects. There may be some people who renounce mentally as also outside. And there are in the household life, you renounce in the mentally, detach mentally and live in the life. You will also reach the same end if you are very sincere. And in spiritual life, monastics will also, those who have outward renunciation, inward renunciation, more two renunciation should join together. Inner renunciation is important, that means detachment, practice of detachment, every day, every moment. That should be the key point. For the monks, they also detach from outside, because that is they take the vows. And householder people, they keep that outside to continue but be detached inside. And that detachment will be so deep and love for God will come so much, then you will actually, a time will come, you will not be attracted to anything in the world but God. So renunciation has two aspects. So those who are in the household life, not born with the tendency of renouncing like a monk, need not get depressed or need not think that you are lost. Experience will tell them, detach them. Even, see, it is called the temporary renunciation comes. When friendship breaks, what happens? When someone has a relationship and it broke, what happened? You will see the tendency of the mind detaches. I don't find any meaning in life. What is this life? This type of feeling comes spontaneously. It is not unknown thing. Everyone you can hear about this type of experience. When something happened, the heart broken, and then see, I don't find any interest in the world. What is this world? Why am I here? All these questions, that detachment comes. But that detachment does not stay long unless you have a ground to love something. Love God, which is permanent. And human love has ups and downs. But ups and downs, that through that we also try to learn to how to live in the life with respect and adoration, and also detached love. Love should be giving. So that attitude should come in our life. Love is not taking. Love is giving. That is the pure love. Pure love is giving only. But we start from give and take. There are three types of love. One is I take only. I don't care for you. That's one love. Another love is that give and take. Another love, I give only. I don't think about taking anything. So this is the highest love. Love for love's sake, no expectation of anything. So this renunciation may come in varied ways in our life, when we are not really born with that tendency, but this life is an opportunity which brings us into that conclusion that everything you love in the world is momentary. You should detach. Attachment does not give freedom, rather detachment gives you freedom. Love in that way. Try to love. Read Swami Vivekananda's book, you will understand what is called love. There is a love story. A love story in your Vivekananda's book, devotion, bhakti yoga. So you can find. So it is not necessary that we will have to be sannyasi. Everyone need not be sannyasi. All the Upanishads written by whom? The sages have written, no? Sages were all householders. They are married people. They have experienced the truth, and that we are reading, as we call Vedanta or the Upanishads. All the Upanishads, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, you find that there are names of sages. They are all lived in the life, but they went through all these experiences and ultimate realization. They attained that ultimate realization. Okay?
Swami, can I just say one thing is that all of us have so many bad habits and, bad things that we do. And I just feel it's like what you might say, like, it's okay to do whatever you do as long as you're offering it to God. Like I used to smoke cigarettes and for a long time, every time I was cigarettes, I offer this to you, God, because I cannot do this. And just stuff like anything, like things we say,
Yeah.
not even God can help me with this.
No, point
And I'm saying,
point is that, yes, we have our weaknesses, human weaknesses, but we can, Ramakrishna said, you can transform that by praying to God. Say, we eat food, giving the story. There is one great guy, Girish Ghosh, he came in Sri Ramakrishna's grace, he got it. He was a avid drinker. Bottles and bottles will go. He will be rolling in the road, no? So they are that type of person. But Ramakrishna said that, okay, he came to Ramakrishna. And Ramakrishna was a good teacher. He said that, Acha, Girish, you drink, but can you do one thing for me? Well, what? He was thinking probably he will say, don't drink. But Ramakrishna says, no, you will drink. But can you do one thing? When you really drink, take your cup and think of the Divine Mother. And think the Divine Mother and then sip. He was a very sincere person. He started drinking that way. Before taking, he used to drink and drink and drink, not thinking anything. But he started thinking. Before taking, he's thinking of Mother, Divine Mother. Oh Mother, okay, this is your prasad, sacramental food. And then he took little sip, and again thinking of Mother, and drinking. And ultimately he became a saint. Not drinking, but what I mean, by thinking of mother in between, and mother's thought ultimately possessed him so much that the drinking was not necessary. He used to drink to get joy. But when you think of mother, there is a greater joy. So when one gets that joy, then drinking is not necessary. So this is the point. If we can spiritualize everything, we can offer everything. When I am helpless, there are some people who are helpless. So much tendency is forcing them, they cannot check themselves. So they should pray to God, oh Lord, help me. I am trying my best, you also help me. They also should go to the Alcoholic Anonymous. Take that means also, because you will get inspiration that he is sober for 10 days. That's wonderful. Wow, why not me? Huh? So that yeah, in good competition. He is 10 days, I can start today, and I will be sober at least 7 days. And then 7 days will continue to 10 days, 10 days to, and then gradually. But at the same, spiritually we can offer everything to God and then get purified and then eat. That is a good habit. That means you are thinking, before you are doing anything, you are thinking of God. When you think of God, your mind becomes uplifted and pure. And that purity gradually gains more and more and more. That time comes when you are internally pure. And then your tendency changes.
Did Girish become a saint because he was offering everything?
He was saint.
Or is it because he gave his power of attorney directly to Sri Ramakrishna?
Yeah.
And accepted that?
But who can give the power of attorney? That's also, that means he has his potentially, he has a good soul, but in situation, his surface is like that. So with little help, and he also surrendered to Ramakrishna, surrendered to God. We mean, but we don't really do what we say. What we say, we cannot do that. I say, oh Lord, I surrender myself to you. But do things in my own way. That time I never remember. After doing everything, I have done the same thing, I forgot, sir. Even if you say I forgot, that's also good. Afterwards, better before, if not before, even after. Let us start with the after, then go to the before. And before your thought comes, before that, it goes more internally. So, how we can think and surrender to God. Yes, this is also idea that Girish Ghosh was very sincere. That's the major point. He was a drunkard, but he was very sincere. And he was not ordinary. He was Bhairava. He is called the guard of Lord Shiva. Bhairava is a deity, and Shiva's guard, Lord Shiva's guard. So, but that exterior was like that, but internally he was a very pure soul. Otherwise, how could in such short time he could transform? Of course, Ramakrishna's miracle is also there. Sri Ramakrishna took away his all other things and make him free. That means it is also example. If we take refuge in God, surrender to God, God takes away our all responsibilities. Okay, so I think we can end here. Okay. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you.